So here we are, everybody. 1951 Humber Hawk, which is the 4-cylinder, not the 6-cylinder, because the 6-cylinder was the Super Snipe. But this motors along quite nicely. This is Joe's car here. Yeah. This is a little beauty, isn't it, Joe?
Yeah, it's pretty tidy.
Like, very rarely we get to see them like this well, and obviously this one's on the road. This is a constantly been on the road Kiwi car, I guess. Black plates?
Yeah, black plates.
Wow. So this car's always been on the road, which is the cool thing. Look at that for a dashboard. Man, this is like British cars really pushing the American button, isn't it? So it's actually quiet in here and super nice. Look at that. Like, I can't believe how quiet it is, Joe.
It's a nice little deal. Yeah. See if you got nice and great.
Most of us are familiar with the column shift. Yeah, this is a car you need to drive. I'll give you a good walk around this now in a second when we pull up. I'm prepared to be rocked a little bit. Just park her up here somewhere in the middle of the crash, Joe. We'll give it a walk around. Look at that. Man, this feels like Art Deco, doesn't it, Nick?
It does.
When did the 1940s? These would have come out, wouldn't they? Look, even the little pole door handles. Look at these in there.
Off and on and the scenery from there.
Oh, they really?
Yeah.
So this is a path less travelled. Like, not many people are into British cars this old. Oh wow, look, enormous door pockets. Holy crap! So not many people have sort of been in one, and not many people have owned one. So these are a little bit of a abnormality in the world. I quite like it. So did Americans copy British cars, or did British cars copy American cars at this time?
No idea.
I would have thought this would be one of the first Humbers that have had actually, you know, the wheels covered with proper mud guards. Do you know what I mean? Not.
The others were flying the big old guards out.
Yeah, pretty colourless too.
I like the British boot. You've got your stand.
Oh!
So you can sit here with your cup of tea and you.
At the races, Joe. You look like the landed gentry. In fact, this would have been a pretty expensive car, yeah. Like Humbers were aimed at the rich. I mean, Winston Churchill had one, right? For years.
That's right.
And actually the government ministerial stuff was 78 mile an hour. Holy moly. So this is a 51 Hawk Mark IV. So they've obviously had 4 generations of it before now. 4-cylinder side valve. Wow. 58 brake horsepower. That would have been like, this would have been a rocket ship in 58. 51. Yeah. Not so much 58. Look at that. Nice little details on the rear tail lights on these, aren't they? Man, look how over-engineered this thing is.
She's a beauty.
That really is for you to sit there, isn't it? Look at the hell, God, nobody would ever make anything like this anymore. Look at this. That's just to hold the boot up. You'd hold that from the Force 10 from Navarone, wouldn't it? The lines on this are actually startlingly pretty. Like, I mean, in a bit of a, like, she's not Marilyn Monroe. But
the front's a lot nicer.
Sort of attractive in a Bette Midler kind of way.
Yeah.
You know? Like, everybody saw, I'm like, look, I'm not even going to attempt to say that I'm going for the kind of like a youth sports at this point in time, because none of you know who Bette Midler is. Barbara Streisand? This is actually fairly big. For a British car, this is big. Yeah, I like it. Look at that. I like the sort of squared off wheel arches and the, man, so for an American car, it's not big. For a British car, this is literally ginormous. I think these were the cars that were sort of aimed at sort of bank managers and stuff, you know. This isn't like a Jag or anything. It's not sporty. It's not like, you know, it's just,
no,
I say.
Get you around, yeah.
Well, not get you around. I mean, it's like a...
around for a cup of tea.
Yeah. No, it's just kind of like a, I don't know, you know, I can imagine that you're sort of, you know, your business owners and people would have bought this as the same kind of thing as like a, I don't know, an Audi now? Upper middle class?
It wasn't the lower class.
No way, man. Not with all that chrome and stuff.
The smart sort of...
If you can imagine an Austin A35 was, yeah, sort of running around, an Austin 7 back in these days, right? Like, were they still making the 7 then? What, in 51? What were there? The A40 probably? Like, the whole new wave of American looking cars came in. It's attractive. Like, I like this a lot. I like it much more than I thought I would.
You would.
There we go. Right, ready for you Americans. This is the British version of a big block, okay? So, like, most cars at this time were 900cc or so, you know, some of them 600cc. This is a massive 1600cc, which in American Freedom Eagles is 100 cubic inch? No, not even. Not even. 90 cubic inch, maybe a bit less. Somebody who knows, just bloop that in the comments. But this is, I mean, newfangled, like post-war car. I mean, this would have been really released after World War II for a new market. So this would have come out probably, I'm going to guess these came out in about 48, something like that. Maybe 46. I would say 48, judging by the shape of it. And, you know, look, this has a water pump. You know, it's got like it's a more standardized top. It's a flat head, obviously. But, you know, you've got like a better form of cooling on it. You know, it's got a proper fuel tank in it. It's got a fuel pump. I imagine it's got a proper fuel pump on this as well.
To electric, this one.
Yeah, I thought the old one would have cranked out by now. Like, it's got a normal sort of downdraft carburetor. I mean, you imagine that, like, whew. I mean, before that, they were updrafts and they were incredibly inefficient. Wow, it's got a heater as well. Like, it's not just got a heater. Like, it looks like a turbo from this angle. Yeah, this has got a proper heater on it. Double sprung throttle, just in case you get too wild on the old girl. And I mean, this is really, like, it's a really cool car, man. Like, the more you look at it, the more I get to like the little details. This is like a well thought out car, you know, it wasn't thrown together. If you will at some point in time look at an Austin A50 and a Somerset. Like, it's nice inside, really is. Like, they still hadn't quite got the controls standardized yet. Go on, Joe, be our model. Oh, crikey, you've locked it. Jump in the back and show. Let's do this as like a new car show around type of thing. Jump in and show how much room we got. Oh my god.
Look at that. There's
So,
a mile of headroom, mate.
What is it? Where you can wear a top hat type of thing in this?
Yeah. Got all lazy, you pull the armrest down. Look at it, got the armrest there.
Oh yeah, man.
Scored that off the Americans.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, it's a pretty. It's like this is your basic posh car, isn't it? Basically, this is your basic posh car. But it's nice carpeted all the way throughout.
Yeah. Someone's tidied it up.
Is the number plate TU93? I didn't actually look.
TU93.
Wow. So it's always been registered.
That's right. It's nicknamed Tui after that.
Is it really?
The last owners.
This is genuinely, you know.
Push the button.
Oh, what's the push button for? Oh! Got a map reading that with a piece of wood on it. Look at that. Man, this is an attractive car. Like, this is good. Like, in the back of this, like, this is as big as a modern car back here. I mean, I'm no small dude and I can fit in this all right.
Yeah. Well, looks like it belonged to Vintage New Zealand Car Club at some stage. They had the monocle there.
Very nice. That's a nice little badge, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that it's, what do you say, that was the bottom one's high beam, is it?
Yes, and the top's your indicators. Where
And then they
it's been
fitted this
changed.
massive Doctor Who Dalek indicators on there, but like, I still don't mind it. I mean, this is a lot of burgundy, this car, isn't it?
Yeah. Could be
Wow.
silver inside or something.
What's that at the top over the...
There used to be a clock in there, believe it or not, but
Wow.
that's long gone. I'm pretty sure it was just your wind up normal.
For all you youngsters down there, this will remind you of a Beetle. The pedals come out through the floor, not hang above it, which is totally different. This would be no race car to drive, right? What? But it cruises at like 100 k's an hour, 60 mile an hour. Right?
Yeah. We cruise on really happy at 90 k's, and 100 k's is our speed limit. So,
Yeah, so 60 mile an hour. I mean, you know, I don't know if you want to go down around Daytona in it.
You're
but
not
like,
holding up traffic, but you're not speeding.
Yeah, well, that's right. Like, I tell you, I really like that sort of like 1950s. Like, that's a 1940s bonnet.
For sure.
You know, that genuinely is like a very 1940s bonnet on a 1950s car. So I guess that, well, you can see that. I mean, when did Humber sort of go to? Late 60s, early 70s?
I'm not too sure.
I think by the
There's a 5 and a
70s.
6, I think, but then they changed.
Yeah,
There's
they
definitely
became.
a 5, Mark 5.
There was a badge engineering car, wasn't
Yeah,
it? The
yeah,
Scepter.
yeah.
Which
And
was,
the Mark 5 had the overhead valve, so they changed. This is the last one.
Or before it became an overhead valve.
Yeah, yeah. This is the last one before overhead valve.
Because I own one of these too. Mine's slightly different. I own the next one. So that's a Hawk that I've got in the yard as well.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll show you
That's
that.
what they changed to after the 5, I think.
Man, I love those things. But look at that. The dash is like pretty attractive, and it even goes right to the doors.
Deco, doesn't it? That's very
Yeah,
Art
god
Deco,
damn. Like, I mean, if you drove this in your street, people would be like, posh. Wow, it's got wood again on the door handles. Like, this must be one of the first, like, the last cars built with, like, wooden things. Well, everything else was Bakelite, right?
Okay.
Oh, it's got modern tyres on it, right?
Yep, for sure. Yep. There's a couple of modernised things. It's got a brake booster and line underneath, just to sharpen the brakes up.
Yeah, because it stopped. I noticed that.
Yeah, someone put some sway bars on it, so it actually handles. Reasonable.
Yeah, when we say handles here, we don't mean really handles, but we mean sort of handles. Wonder what sway bars they use on it. Man, I think this is a really attractive car. Like, I mean,
See down through there this way.
you would like, this is an attractive car, right? Like,
For an English car.
yeah. So me and Joe kind of like American cars, like mostly, but we also have a soft spot for some British cars. And I think this is one of those cars. I mean, didn't they do a limo version of this, didn't they? But that was the Super Snipe, right?
That was the Super Snipe.
Man, the Super Snipes, the 40s ones are huge.
Super Snipe as well.
What, did they really?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, like for the Queen or something?
The Queen had this one, the Queen Mother had one, and they had the, convertible with the window and...
Oh, the Lordette.
Yeah, probably something like that.
Lordette means when they've got a roof, but the back comes down.
Yeah.
Yeah. But man, this is like, so yeah, so Americans, you're all probably going, woohoo, this is cute, I guess. British people, you're all probably going, that is old. And me, Joe, well, Joe usually buys, like I said, the American cars, but this is kind of something that he just fancied, and I can see totally why. Like, it's a lovely summer cruiser, you know? Man, like somebody really took care of this car too. Like, this is a car that somebody took a lot of care of, and you wouldn't be able to restore something quite like this. Like, because it would take an awful lot. Like, you need to start with a car that's really well cared for, because you'd never be able to build a rough one into a car this nice. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed having a wander around it. I mean, it's a little bit different from what you normally do, but I think it's super cool. So thanks for showing us too, Joe.